Picture this, the Jaguars locker room, once a symbol of unity and brotherhood, now shattered by betrayal so deep that even die-hard fans can't believe it's real. Travis Hunter, the rising star everyone thought would be the face of the franchise for the next decade, has just walked away from the Jaguars not because of injury, not because of contracts, but because of something far more personal, far more scandalous. According to sources close to the situation, a shocking betrayal unfolded behind the scenes when one of his own teammates, yes, a man he called his brother on and off the field, was accused of stealing Travis Hunter's wife. The whispers started as nothing more than locker room gossip, but when the truth exploded into the public eye, it sent shockwaves through the NFL community. Fans are stunned, teammates are divided, and social media is on fire with accusations, screenshots, and speculation. What really happened behind closed doors? Did Travis see it coming, or was he blindsided in the most humiliating way possible? And more importantly, what does this mean for his career, his family, and the future of the Jaguars? Stay tuned, because this story is messier, darker, and more heartbreaking than anyone could have imagined. The story begins in the quiet corridors of the Jaguars training facility, where whispers of a scandal began to circulate like wildfire. Players usually talk about matchups, plays, or even jokes to lighten the mood, but this time the atmosphere was thick with tension. Travis Hunter, once the golden boy of the franchise, found himself at the center of a storm no one could have predicted. The reason? Rumors that his wife, the woman he proudly introduced to fans and teammates alike, had been seen in the company of someone she absolutely shouldn't have been with one of his very own teammates. At first, Travis brushed it off. He had faith in his marriage, and more importantly, he believed in the code of brotherhood that binds teammates together. Football isn't just a sport. It's a family, a bond built on sweat, trust, and sacrifice. But then came the late night texts, the unexplained absences, and the sudden coldness in his wife's voice. Small cracks that Travis tried to ignore began to split into glaring fractures. Man, you ever get that feeling like everyone's talking about you when you walk into a room? Travis whispered to a close friend on the team. His friend shook his head, nervous, as if he knew more than he was willing to admit. Fans had no idea what was brewing behind the scenes. On the field, Travis was still giving his all, making jaw-dropping catches and electrifying plays, but off the field, his personal life was unraveling. He began noticing little things: his wife spending more time away, showing less interest in games, and even avoiding team events. Then came the night that changed everything. Travis received a tip from a fan who had spotted his wife at a high-end restaurant in downtown Jacksonville. She wasn't alone. Sitting across from her was none other than a teammate Travis had shared the locker room with countless times. A man he trusted. The sight of them laughing, leaning in close, sent a chill down Travis's spine. At first, he tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was just dinner, maybe they were talking about something innocent. But deep down, he knew. The pictures leaked online within hours, and social media exploded. Fans debated furiously. Was it real? Was it a misunderstanding, or was this the ultimate betrayal? Travis confronted his wife that night. The conversation was raw, emotional, and filled with accusations. "Tell me it's not true," Travis demanded, his voice shaking with anger. "Travis, you don't understand," she stammered, tears rolling down her cheeks. It happened. I didn't mean for it to." "Didn't mean for it to? He's my teammate, my brother. You think this is something that just happens?" Travis's fury shook the walls. The argument went on for hours, with emotions running higher than ever. Neighbors later reported hearing shouting, doors slamming, and even the sound of objects being thrown. It was clear that their marriage had hit a point of no return. Words spread quickly through the Jaguars locker room. Some teammates avoided eye contact with Travis, while others rallied behind him, offering support. But the betrayal had already poisoned the atmosphere. The locker room, once a place of unity, became divided. Some players even whispered that the teammate involved, who had previously been known for his charisma and charm, was bragging behind closed doors. Fans were left stunned. They had watched Travis's career soar and had admired the way he carried himself with dignity. Now they watched in disbelief as his personal life played out like a soap opera in real time. The organization tried to keep things quiet, but it was too late. Reporters caught wind of the drama. And soon questions started popping up during press conferences. Travis, how are you handling the off-field distractions? One reporter asked during a tense media session. Travis forced a smile, but his eyes betrayed his pain. I'm here to play football. That's all I'm going to say, but behind the scenes, he was crumbling. His focus was shattered, and his once bright future with the Jaguars began to look uncertain. Coaches noticed his decline in energy during practices, and fans could see the difference on the field. To make matters worse, his wife's family became involved, publicly defending her and accusing Travis of neglecting her emotionally. She just wanted someone who cared about her, her sister posted online. Everyone blames her, but no one sees what she went through. That statement lit a firestorm. Fans clashed in comment sections, some siding with Travis and calling his wife a traitor, while others blamed Travis for being too consumed with his career. The Jaguars fan base was torn apart, and the controversy reached national headlines. The pressure boiled over one night after a game. Travis and the teammate at the center of the scandal exchanged words on the sidelines. Cameras caught the moment. Travis shouting, the teammates smirking, and other players rushing to hold them back before things turned physical. You ruined my life, Travis screamed. Don't blame me for what she wanted. The teammate snapped back, his words dripping with arrogance. That was the final straw. Fans watching at home replayed the footage again and again, stunned at how public the feud had become. It was no longer just a private matter, it had become a spectacle. Travis went home that night and made a decision that would shock the entire NFL world. He couldn't stay with the Jaguars any longer. The betrayal was too deep, the wounds too raw. I'm done, he told his closest friend over the phone. I can't play for this team, not with him here, not after what he did. The next morning, news broke. Travis Hunter was quitting the Jaguars. The announcement spread like wildfire, leaving fans heartbroken and angry. Some blamed the organization for not stepping in, others cursed the teammate for destroying the team's chemistry, and many simply mourned the loss of a star player who once had so much promise. Yet, even as the news spread, questions remained unanswered. Was there more to the story than anyone knew? What drove Travis's wife into the arms of another man? And could Travis ever find peace after such a public and painful betrayal? But one thing was certain, the Jaguars would never be the same again. And neither would Travis Hunter. And just when it seemed like the scandal had reached its peak, another shocking twist was waiting just around the corner. The fallout from Travis Hunter's shocking decision to quit the Jaguars was immediate and brutal. Fans who had once cheered his every move were left speechless, some refusing to believe the news, while others flooded social media with hashtags demanding answers. Hashtag Justice for Travis and hashtag Betrayed by Brothers started trending, while memes and heated debates dominated every corner of the internet. The betrayal wasn't just a scandal anymore, it had become a cultural moment. In the Jaguars front office, chaos erupted. The head coach was reportedly blindsided, and during a tense team meeting, he tried to calm the locker room. We can't let personal issues tear this team apart, he said, his voice stern but wavering. Yet the players knew it was already too late. The betrayal had divided them into camps, those who supported Travis and those who felt he should have kept his personal life separate from the game. Meanwhile, Travis secluded himself, retreating from the spotlight. Paparazzi swarmed his home, reporters staked out his driveway, and even neighbors whispered about the drama. But inside, Travis was dealing with the raw pain of betrayal. Sleepless nights, unanswered questions, and the humiliation of knowing the whole world was watching his heartbreak unfold. His phone buzzed constantly with messages of support and sympathy. One of his closest friends in the league called him late at night. Double quotes, bro, don't let this break you. You're bigger than this team, bigger than this drama. You still got your talent. Travis sighed. Talent doesn't fix betrayal, man. I gave everything to that locker room. And look what I got in return. But just when he thought the situation couldn't get worse, another revelation surfaced. Anonymous sources leaked that his wife and the teammate weren't just having casual dinners, they had been secretly meeting for months. Photos, videos, even text messages began circulating online. One particularly damning screenshot showed his wife texting the teammate saying, "You make me feel alive in a way Travis never lived." Fans were livid. Some turned their anger toward the wife, calling her disloyal, while others directed their fury at the teammate, accusing him of destroying a family and a career. Sports talk shows picked it apart endlessly. One commentator dramatically declared, "This isn't just a betrayal of Travis Hunter, it's a betrayal of the game itself." Travis's wife, under intense public scrutiny, finally broke her silence. In an emotional video posted on social media, she defended herself. "I never wanted things to turn out this way," she said, her voice shaking. "I still care for Travis, but I felt alone in that marriage. Football always came first. I needed someone who was there for me." The video only fueled the fire. Fans flooded the comments, calling her excuses pathetic, while others insisted she had every right to seek happiness. It seemed no one could agree, and the divide only grew deeper. As for the teammate, he remained eerily silent. No statements, no apologies, nothing. Some insiders claimed he was boasting privately, saying, "She chose me. That's on him, not me." The arrogance infuriated Travis even more. Then came the bombshell interview. Travis sat down with a popular sports journalist for a tell-all conversation. With cameras rolling, he poured his heart out. "I never thought my life would turn into this," Travis said, his eyes heavy with emotion. "I loved her, I trusted him. And now I don't know who I can trust anymore." The journalist leaned in. "So what's next for you, Travis? Are you done with football?" A long pause followed before Travis replied, "I don't know. Maybe football's done with me. All I know is I can't go back to that locker room. Not after what he took from me." The interview aired nationally, sparking even more debate. Fans flooded forums with theories. Some believed Travis would make a comeback with another team. Others thought he'd retire altogether. A few even suggested he might switch sports or pursue media, capitalizing on the wave of attention. But the drama wasn't over yet. Days later, rumors emerged that Travis's wife was planning to move in with the teammate. The story exploded again. Fans couldn't believe the audacity. And then he said it was the final nail in the coffin. When reporters asked Travis about it, his response was chillingly calm. "Let them do what they want. I'm done being hurt." But those close to him revealed he was far from calm. Behind closed doors, he was consumed by anger, heartbreak, and betrayal. His parents entered the spotlight too, giving emotional interviews. His mother, visibly distraught, said, "My son doesn't deserve this. He gave that woman everything and he treated that teammate like family. To see them betray him like this, it's devastating." His father, on the other hand, was furious. "If I ever see that man again, I swear out," before being cut off by the interviewer. The family's pain struck a chord with fans, who rallied around them, sending messages of love and support. Yet the division among the Jaguars fan base continued. Some demanded the team cut ties with the unfaithful teammate, while others argued that personal drama shouldn't affect the game. Inside the Jaguars organization, executives debated what to do. Should they suspend the player, trade him, or let the scandal blow over? The pressure was mounting from every side, and the team's reputation was on the line. Meanwhile, Travis was spotted training alone at a private facility. Clips of him running, drills, sweating, and pushing himself to the limit went viral. Fans began speculating, was this a sign of a comeback, or was he just working out his pain? His close circle hinted that Travis wasn't done yet. "He's hurt, but he's not broken," one friend told a reporter. "He's going to rise from this, you watch." And just when the dust seemed like it might settle, another twist emerged: rumors that Travis's wife might be pregnant and the father could be the teammate. The internet went into meltdown. Timelines were flooded with theories, arguments, and endless speculation. Travis remained silent on the matter, refusing to confirm or deny. But fans knew that if true, this revelation would change everything. Not just for Travis, but for the Jaguars, the teammate, and the already shattered family dynamics. The drama was spiraling further out of control, and everyone was asking the same question: how much more could Travis Hunter take before something truly explosive happened next? The rumor of a possible pregnancy sent shockwaves through every corner of the sports world. Social media erupted instantly, with fans speculating endlessly about whether Travis Hunter's wife was carrying his child or the child of his teammate. The uncertainty only made the situation more volatile. Some fans expressed heartbreak, others Rage, and many simply couldn't believe that such a dramatic twist could be happening in real life. Travis, already struggling with the betrayal, found himself drowning under this new storm. Behind closed doors, he confronted his wife one final time. "Is it true?" he asked quietly, his voice trembling. "Are you pregnant?" She avoided his gaze, her hands shaking. I don't know yet. I took a test, but it wasn't clear. And if it's not mine?" His words cut like knives. Tears streamed down her face. "Then I guess that answers the question about where our marriage stands." That night, Travis left the house and didn't look back. He moved into a rented condo, far away from the chaos, trying to shield himself from the cameras and the judgment. But no matter where he went, the media followed. Fans snapped photos of him at grocery stores. Reporters hounded him with questions about the pregnancy rumor. And tabloids ran with outrageous headlines like Hunter's heartbreak baby scandal and Jaguars love triangle explodes. Inside the Jaguars organization, the situation became untenable. Some executives believed they had to protect the team's image and consider releasing the controversial teammate. Others argued that talent wins games and personal scandals shouldn't dictate roster moves. The locker room grew colder by the day, with players whispering behind closed doors and tension thick enough to choke on. Meanwhile, Travis's parents spoke out again. His mother, visibly shaken, told a local news outlet, "My son doesn't deserve this humiliation. If that child isn't his, then this is beyond betrayal, it's cruelty." His father, on the other hand, was boiling with rage. "I raised my boy to be loyal, and this is what he gets. I swear if I ever cross paths with that so-called teammate." His voice trailed off, leaving the audience to imagine the fury in his heart, while the family fought to protect Travis. The teammate at the center of the scandal finally broke his silence. In a shocking interview with a flashy sports blog, he smirked through the questions, offering little remorse. "Look, things happen," he said nonchalantly. "People fall out of love. People find love elsewhere. If she came to me, that says more about her relationship with Travis than it does about me." The arrogance in his tone sparked outrage. Fans lit up the comment sections with fury, calling him a snake, a traitor, and even demanding the league take action against him. Travis, upon hearing the interview, was livid. He threw his phone against the wall, the screen shattering instantly. "He thinks this is a game?" he muttered. "He ruined my life and he's sitting there smiling about it?" His close friends tried to calm him, but the anger inside him was undeniable. For Travis, this was no longer just about betrayal. It had become a matter of pride, respect, and dignity. The speculation about the pregnancy reached a boiling point when paparazzi captured photos of his wife leaving a doctor's office, her expression unreadable. Tabloids declared it confirmation, though no official word came from her or her family. The mystery only deepened, leaving fans desperate for answers. As the drama unfolded, Travis began to channel his pain into training. Every sprint, every lift, every drill became an outlet for his frustration. Videos of his intense workouts surfaced online, and fans marveled at his determination. "He's going to come back stronger," one fan tweeted. "They can't keep a man like him down forever." But then came another twist. Rumors circulated that multiple NFL teams were reaching out to Travis, offering him a fresh start away from the Jaguars and the toxic scandal. Some insiders claimed teams saw not just his talent, but the opportunity to frame him as a redemption story. The idea of Travis returning to the field, proving his doubters wrong, began to gain momentum. Yet, his emotional scars ran deep. During a candid moment with a close confidant, he admitted, "I don't know if I can trust anyone again. Not a teammate, not a partner. Everyone I thought I could lean on turned their back on me." His confidant responded firmly, "Don't let them win, Travis. Don't let them break you. Your story isn't over yet." Meanwhile, fans who once pitied his wife began to turn on her. Online forums buzzed with harsh comments, questioning her choices and condemning her for tearing apart a family. Even her own relatives started to distance themselves, with one cousin posting, "Sometimes love makes people do crazy things, but this crossed a line." As the pressure mounted, she disappeared from the public eye, refusing to post or appear in public. Some speculated she was hiding because of the pregnancy, while others believed she simply couldn't handle the wrath of fans anymore. Then, Just when everyone thought the drama had reached its climax, another jaw-dropping moment occurred. At a charity event, Travis made his first public appearance since quitting the Jaguars. Dressed sharply but visibly worn, he took the stage to speak. His voice cracked with emotion as he addressed the crowd. "I've been through a lot these past few weeks," he began. "I've been betrayed, humiliated, and left to pick up the pieces. But I want everyone to know this. I'm not done. They thought they broke me, but I'm still here, and I'm going to rise from this stronger than ever." The crowd erupted in applause, with fans chanting his name. It was a moment of triumph amid the chaos, a signal that Travis wasn't going to disappear quietly. But even as fans celebrated his resilience, new reports began to surface, whispers that the teammate involved in the scandal was facing trouble of his own. Some claimed he was now being ostracized in the locker room, teammates refusing to sit near him or even acknowledge him. Others speculated that management was quietly exploring trade options to get him out of Jacksonville. Altogether, and then came the biggest shock yet, a leaked audio recording of a heated phone call between Travis's wife and the teammate. In it, she could be heard yelling, "You promised me this would be worth it. You promised we'd be happy, but now everyone hates me, and I don't even know if I made the right choice." His response was chilling. "You made your bed, now you have to lie in it." The recording went viral, sending fans into a frenzy. Sympathy for her evaporated almost overnight, while support for Travis grew stronger than ever. He was no longer just a betrayed husband, he had become a symbol of resilience, of standing tall in the face of heartbreak. But as the pregnancy rumors lingered and the teammates' arrogance persisted, one question loomed over everything. What would Travis do next? Would he return to the NFL, seeking revenge on the field? Or would the pain of betrayal push him to walk away from the game he loved forever? And as the story continued to spiral, one thing became clear: this drama was far from over, and the next chapter was going to be even more explosive. The leaked audio recording changed everything. Fans who once doubted Travis Hunter now saw him as the ultimate victim of betrayal, while his wife and the teammate who had stolen her became villains in the eyes of the public. The sympathy, the outrage, the non-stop commentary all built to a fever pitch. SPORTS talk shows replayed the audio again and again, dissecting every word, every tone. One host dramatically declared, "This is no longer a football scandal. This is a tragedy of trust, love, and betrayal that the entire world is watching unfold." Travis, meanwhile, tried to find peace in the storm. He spent his mornings working out in silence, his afternoons meeting with lawyers about his impending divorce, and his nights staring at the ceiling, wondering how his life had spiraled so far out of control. He wasn't just fighting for his career anymore, he was fighting for his sanity. But even in his lowest moments, Travis knew one thing: he couldn't let them win. He couldn't let his wife and his former teammate be the final chapter in his story. He needed to reclaim his life. Rumors swirled that several NFL teams were courting him aggressively. One insider claimed that a West Coast powerhouse team was ready to offer him a lucrative deal, framing it as a redemption arc. Another report suggested that Travis was even considering taking his talents to Canada or Europe just to escape the toxicity of the NFL spotlight. Fans debated endlessly, wondering if he'd chase glory again or retreat into obscurity. As for the teammate, his once charming reputation began to crumble. Teammates who once laughed at his jokes now avoided him. One insider revealed, he walks into the locker room and it's ice cold. Nobody trusts him, nobody wants him around. Management started exploring trades, but no team wanted to inherit the baggage of his scandal. Travis's wife, meanwhile, became increasingly isolated. Friends abandoned her, family members distanced themselves, and her social media turned into a battlefield of hate comments and desperate defenses. One particularly cruel hashtag #HOMEWRECKER- trended for days. And the pregnancy rumors still loomed over her like a dark cloud. Finally, the truth came out. Through a carefully worded statement, she confirmed she was pregnant but refused to say who the father was. The ambiguity sent fans into chaos once again. Some believed it was Travis's child, others insisted it had to be the teammates'. Either way, the revelation deepened the tragedy. When asked by reporters how he felt about the pregnancy, Travis's response was heartbreaking. "I don't know if that child is mine," he said softly. "But if it is, I'll be there." "No matter what's happened, I won't turn my back on my own blood." Fans applauded his dignity, praising him for showing grace despite the circumstances. Behind the scenes, however, Travis was torn apart. Close friends revealed that he spent nights crying, wondering if he could handle the responsibility of raising a child tied to the worst betrayal of his life. The teammate, however, was far less graceful. When pressed about the pregnancy, he smirked and said, "Time will tell." The arrogance reignited fury, and fans demanded that the Jaguars cut ties with him immediately. The breaking point came during a late-season game. The teammate, still playing despite the scandal, was booed mercilessly by the crowd every time he touched the ball. Signs reading "betrayer" and "traitor" waved in the stands, cameras zooming in on fans who shouted insults at him. It was clear his career, at least in Jacksonville, was finished. Travis watched it all unfold from his condo, the boos echoing through his television. Part of him felt vindicated, but another part of him felt empty. Revenge hadn't healed his wounds, the betrayal still burned. Then came a phone call that changed everything. It was from a legendary coach of another NFL team, offering Travis not just a spot on the roster, but a chance to rebuild his life. "Son, you've been through hell," the coach said. "But I see a fighter in you. Come prove everyone wrong." Travis hesitated, but deep down he knew he needed this. Not just for his career, but for himself. He accepted the offer, and within days, photos of him boarding a plane to his new team surfaced online. Fans went wild, calling it the comeback of the century. Meanwhile, his wife's world crumbled further. Her relationship with a teammate grew toxic, with arguments caught on camera and leaked to tabloids. One video showed her yelling, "You promised me everything, and now I have nothing," while he coldly replied, "You made your choice." The fairy tale they had imagined had dissolved into chaos. Travis, however, found a new strength. At his introductory press conference with his new team, he spoke with conviction. "I've been through the darkest time of my life, but I'm still standing. I'm here to play football, I'm here to win, and I'm here to show the world that betrayal doesn't define me." The room erupted in applause, and fans flooded social media with messages of support. He was no longer just a player, he had become a symbol of resilience. Someone who refused to be broken by circumstances beyond his control. As the season approached, speculation about his ex-wife's pregnancy continued. But Travis chose not to engage. He focused solely on training, on building chemistry with his new teammates, and on proving that he could still dominate the game. Every catch, every sprint, every touchdown became a statement not just to his doubters, but to himself. Yet, the emotional scars lingered. Late at night, he still thought about what could have been the marriage that collapsed, the teammate who betrayed him, the life that was stolen from him. But with each passing day, he felt a little stronger, a little freer. And then, a moment that shocked the sports world, the Jaguars quietly released the teammate. The official statement cited team culture and chemistry, but everyone knew the truth. His betrayal had destroyed his reputation beyond repair. Fans celebrated online, calling it justice for Travis. But the story didn't end there. Whispers began to circulate that Travis's wife, now heavily pregnant, had been abandoned by the teammate and was left to face her future alone. Photos surfaced of her shopping for baby clothes by herself. Her once glamorous life now reduced to quiet solitude. For Travis, it was bittersweet. Part of him still ached for what was lost, but another part knew that karma had finally caught up to those who wronged him. And while the world continued to speculate, argue, and obsess over the scandal, Travis focused on one thing: his future. His comeback season loomed, his story far from over. But one truth remained crystal clear: Travis Hunter had turned his pain into power. And nothing, not betrayal, not heartbreak, not scandal, could take that away from him. The Jaguars would move on. The fans would keep debating, and his ex-wife would face the consequences of her choices. But Travis? He was ready to rise again, stronger, sharper, and more determined than ever. And as the cameras followed his every move, fans couldn't help but wonder, was this the end of the drama? Or just the beginning of a new chapter even more explosive than the last? And there you have it, the scandal that shook the Jaguars, tore apart a locker room, and forced Travis Hunter to walk away from everything he once called home. From betrayal to heartbreak, from explosive confrontations to shocking revelations. This story has had it all. A teammate who crossed the line, a wife whose choices divided fans around the world, and a star player who refused to let the pain define his future. Even now, questions linger. Is Travis truly ready to rebuild his life and career, or will the ghost of betrayal continue to haunt him? Will his ex-wife find peace as she faces the challenges of motherhood, and will the disgraced teammate ever recover from the wrath of fans who once adored him? One thing is certain, this saga has left the Jaguars' legacy stained and fans more divided than ever before. Travis Hunter may have lost trust, love, and even his team, but in the ashes of heartbreak, he has found something even stronger: resilience. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there's always a chance to rise again. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think about this shocking scandal? Was Travis right to quit the Jaguars, or should he have stayed and fought through the pain? Do you believe his ex-wife's side of the story, or is this betrayal as clear-cut as it seems? And most importantly, what's next for Travis Hunter's career? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one story everyone has an opinion on. Don't forget to hit that like button if you were just as shocked as we were, and make sure to subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories, scandals, and behind-the-scenes drama from the world of sports. And remember, this is only the beginning, because in the world of fame, betrayal, and glory, the drama never truly ends.